Hello, I am Davina, and hello to all of you very bold, beautiful, brilliant, and evolving souls. And thank you all for being here. I know it can be an incredibly lonely road, and so I hope, if anything, I can be um, a familiar face for some people, so you don't feel like you're going this completely alone. Today, I just kind of want to rant a little bit. So every now and then, um, yeah, I just want to talk about like how really crazy this world is. And um, it is really not your fault. This is an insane place where we come into the world and we are abused by our own parents. Like, this is insane. To begin with, yeah, you get destroyed by the people who are supposed to be your caregivers, and they are not giving you care. They are destroying you day by day. If they had a plant and they were trying to care for a plant, if you were the plant, they would be not watering you, they would be not giving you any sunshine, and they'd be feeding you some poisonous fertilizer. That's what happens. And then then we're supposed to magically be able to be adults in the world, functioning, working. Like, this is absolute insanity. Not to mention that parents get away with their abuse. And if I were to change things in the world, I think the number one thing I would do would be to make sure that every parent would have to go through testing before they have children, like massive testing. Like, if you're adopting children, you have to go through a process. They have to make sure that you're a suitable parent. I think if you're going to be a parent, you have to go through a process of psychological testing. They check to see if you have the finances to bring a child into the world. Do you have the resources? Do you have a proper home? Do you have knowledge of childhood development? You should be tested on this before you give birth, not after, right? Not like, well, our first child was kind of an experiment. We didn't really know what we were doing. No, like, this is not okay. This is unacceptable. It's unacceptable that, parents get to take out their garbage on their children and nobody does anything about it. I mean, there should be social workers. I know, like, in the first year or so of life, the parent has to take the child to the doctor to get checked to make sure that they're making their milestones. Well, why don't they continue to do this? Why don't they have social workers that go to people's homes to make sure that that child is getting their needs met, all of their needs, their physical needs, their material needs, cognitive needs, emotional needs, social needs? Are the parents providing for this child? Are they properly, emotionally supporting this child? And then as the child gets older, you can talk to that child too. You can take them to a psychologist and make sure, ask the child, how is your home life? And let them honestly talk about it. And if things are going wrong, then those parents need to have, proper consequences. That is insane. I think this is an insane system. Needs to end, needs to change. More awareness needs to be out there about what is emotional abuse. And there's just still so little awareness and about C-PTSD, and then we're left with C-PTSD and what? And now we're left in a society that doesn't even yet really recognize it as a serious mental illness. I mean, I think it is on the, what is it called? The CI something. So it's starting to gain some traction and being known as an actual, mental disorder that you can get classified as disabled. But this is still slow coming, like I know they say that the DSM would shrink from however many pages to like it would be a pamphlet. It would be like everything is CPTSD. Everything is trauma related. Everything is caused by our parents, right? And I'm thankful that I did not become a parent because I have no idea how I would forgive myself for how I messed up my children. Because I would have messed up my children really, really bad if I had had children. So I'm thankful for that. But um, yeah, parents need to be held accountable for what they're doing. You can't just like let everybody just like here have pop out children, like no, like we are not like that's just like animals. And I think many parents, I've seen so many parents, being a nanny, and I don't think they really even know why they're having children. Like just like, well, we're a happy family. They all have their marriage pictures on the wall, and then they have their little picture, their beautiful picture with their children. It's just like, it's sort of like what you do in society. You have this beautiful wedding, and then you have beautiful children, and then yay, happy, happy, except children are not happy. The children are not happy. They are repressing all of their pain. Really. I've seen it in 3-year-olds. By the time they're 3 or 4 year old, they're having behavior issues. They don't have behavior issues. They have emotional pain that has not been resolved. And this is the whole core of dysfunction. And I believe Tim Fletcher talks about this, that the word dysfunction or something means like unresolved pain. And there are so many families out there with unresolved pain. And they're just putting like fake smiles on their faces, and oh, we're so having fun, and busy, and yeah, we're doing this weekend. And meanwhile, the child is getting invalidated constantly and having to repress all these emotions. So of course, then they're gonna be acting out. They act out their pain because they don't know what else to do. They don't know how to express, mommy, I'm feeling angry because you're paying more attention to the baby than you are to me. They don't know how to express that. They don't know how to say these things. So it just, then they start doing things to gain attention, or they push boundaries, or so this is one thing for me that it really needs to change in the world. Parents need to be accountable. Parents need to be tested on so many factors, like are they going to be suitable? Are they mentally and emotionally and financially stable enough to have children? To bring children into the world? Is their marriage, is it going to last enough so that they don't face, a breakup of a marriage? Because that destroys children too. So, I know this could never be perfect. Even like you'd have to have awakened parents. And even if you had awakened parents, you'd still probably somehow be traumatized. But to live through this hell of CPTSD is just, some days I just get so freaking angry. I'm infuriated at the world, at everything, my parents, at if there's a God, I'm mad at God. I don't even like the word God anymore, but and I have my bat. So I highly recommend getting a plastic bat. I went to the dollar store, and this is actually a plastic plunger, but it works just as well. And you just can like pound on your bed or on a yoga bolster or whatever you have that you want to pound on. And the other thing that I think that really needs to change in this world is the homelessness situation. I'm in Canada, and why are people homeless? Why do I see people on the streets? This should not be happening in 2024. Like, this is not the freaking dark ages, right? We have the resources that everyone could have a basic home. Everyone could have enough food to eat. Everyone should have the basics of living, right? And basic healthcare. These three things should all be free. And I think at 18 years old, everyone should have like a small bachelor suite, Here you go. It's just like, just enough room for a bed and a desk and a chair, and you have your own bathroom. And then maybe the rest of the building, there are places where you can shower, there are communal showers, there's a communal kitchen area, but you have at least your own privacy, you have your own room, you have your own like toilets, you have some privacy, and you have somewhere to live, right? And then if you want to level up later, and you make good money, then you can get a bigger place, get your 1-bedroom apartment and whatever, later get a house if you're making enough money. But everyone should be granted the basics of living. It's like when I am on the verge of that, it's horrifying. It's absolutely horrifying. And I know this is the flashback, but when I walk by now and I see people on the street and like they're just living, some of them don't even have like a suitcase or anything. All they have is the clothes on their back and they're begging for money. Like this is insane to me. There is no reason why we can't build buildings, build some basics, even just small shoebox rooms where, people can at least have a bed, to sleep in at night, somewhere safe that they can go and sleep. There is no reason why we cannot have this in our world. In, developed countries, it's just ludicrous to me. If I were a politician, these are the first two things I would change in the world. Yeah, so I just wanted to rant. I'm sure you have many things to rant about. Feel free to leave some of your rants below. And feel free just to let out a scream. Some days it's just like, I just want to freaking scream. Go scream off a bus or on a bus. I don't think you want to scream on a bus. Go scream off a bridge. Go scream in an elevator. Go scream in your car. Scream out the window. Just let it out, or have a bat. Get a plastic bat, and yeah, let your anger out. It's okay to feel angry. You have the right to feel this righteous rage. And that's what I wanted to say today. And thank you as always for listening. I'm wishing you many, many blessings on your journey of healing and awakening.